Hello, welcome to another edition of IMO Bastani with me, Aaron Bastani, at Aaron Bastani on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. But this week I want to talk about what else? The reshuffle, hashtag reshuffle. J Corb's got his second shadow cabinet. It's in place now. I'm talking on Wednesday early evening. As you can tell, it's rather dark over the Thames next to Parliament. The shadow cabinet's now in place. It was kind of finally announced late last night, just after midnight. You kind of feel that he's trying to put lobby journalists through their paces as much as he can, right? He's trying to mete out as much pain as he can by making these kinds of announcements after 3 days in the middle of the night. In a way, good luck to him. So what are the big stories? Well, Michael Duggar's gone, a Burnham friend, a Burnham confidant, he's gone. Pat McFadden, he's gone. We've also had we had some resignations from people nobody's ever really heard of, right? Kevin Jones, some guy called Dottie. I don't know these people, I don't want to know these people. Most of them have been elected since 2010. McFadden, of course, since 2005. People with a conscience, people with a soul, since 2010 have been out on the streets protesting austerity, including myself, right? I wasn't really interested in the machinations of the Labour Party until Corbyn won, I think quite justifiably. So, yeah, I've never heard of these people, and thankfully I'm grateful I've never heard of these people. They seem like complete bums. First of all, Duggar, he's gone. He couldn't help but making a cheap shot on Twitter. He posted in his Twitter bio shortly after being kicked out. He said, sacked by Jeremy Corbyn. He said he'd gone because, he'd been so straight talking. The truth is, Michael, you went because you got a boss, you repeatedly trash talked him in public, and then you had to go. McFadden, similar story. McFadden, like Duggar, career politician. Now, what is a career politician? A career politician is somebody who's in politics in close proximity to people who are of elected office, but who aren't elected themselves, so special advisors, policy wonks and whatnot. McFadden's been basically on the Labour payroll since '88. He was Blair's political secretary in 2002. He was elected in 2005. McFadden is the definition of a career politician, right? Ditto with Duggar. He was a special advisor for the best part of 10 years before being elected in 2010. So these guys are career politicians, they've gone. Good. McFadden, the official explanation for McFadden going is that he asked a question in the House relating to the Paris attacks, which upset Corbyn. Maybe that's true, but he also, like Duggar, was just dissing Corbyn in public. I mean, they were probably the leaks, right? These senior Labour sources, which people like Laura Coombs, but Michael Crick, all the lobby journalists, these senior sources were people like Duggar, people like McFadden. It's kind of weird that they think they can keep on shitting on the leader, both privately and publicly. There's going to be an overhead, right? There's going to be a kickback. The kickback is get the fuck out of the door, close the door after you, right? You work in a boozer and you say, oh, the boss is a fucking prick. You're going to go if the boss finds out, right? And we all know this. McFadden, Duggar, gone. Some bums followed them out the next day. What else has happened? Well, Maria Eagles moved from shadow defence to shadow culture. That's because she kind of obviously disagreed with Corbyn leadership over Trident. Huge issue, right, going forward. Not just an issue of policy. This is £100 billion the public would have to spend on a like-for-like replacement and also maintenance. And it's clearly going to be a really hot political issue in 2020, and it's important for Corbyn, I'd imagine, that he has a shadow defence sec who agrees with him. He has that now in Eagles' replacement, Emily Thornberry. So that's good for Corbyn. It consolidates the leadership around Trident. Huge issue. Burnham's still there. Hilary Benn is still there. A source told me that Ben, this is public knowledge, but it's something that was confirmed in a conversation I had, Ben can only now dissent on matters of foreign policy from the backbenches. That is to say, if there was to be a repeat of the Syria vote late last year, where of course he famously went against Corbyn, he would have to do so from the backbench. He would have to tender his resignation. Better gender composition overall, great news. I think 17 women, 14 men, something like that, great news. Bear in mind the cabinet prop is only 1/3 women, so very progressive in that respect. And the people that Corbyn needed to keep on side, Angela Eagle, Burnham, and Hilary Benn still there. Overwhelmingly the big takeaway is this leadership, the Corbyn leadership, is much, much, much more consolidated, entrenched than it was last week. It would take a disaster for a coup to be attempted, then it won't happen. I think it's fair to say these guys are there now, right, all the way till 2020. The Labour rights never looked more ridiculous, frankly. You've got these bum nobodies repeatedly resigning. I've never heard of these people. Nobody's ever heard of these people. So what do you think? You know what I think? I think that the machinations surrounding hashtag reshuffle tell us more about the state of the corporate media and lobby journalism in Britain than they do about the Corbyn leadership. Why don't you put those thoughts down on the hashtag? hashtag IMO Bastani, or as ever, reach out to me at Aaron Bastani or Novara Media, at Novara Media. It's a beautiful night tonight here in London, dark, ominous, dank. If you look closely, you can just see the ebbs and flows, the River Thames, just next to the Houses of Parliament. And over there in particular, I can see the career of Michael Duggar gently washing up onto the shore. Bye.